You're watching the South Australian Sports Show, one of my favourite sports, of course, basketball. We've got the captain, the Adelaide 36ers, Mitch Creek, in with us. Mitch, how are you?
Not too bad, fellas. Yourselves?
Pretty good now, mate. 2 weeks ago against Melbourne United, you break a bone in your foot and you're out for maybe 8 weeks is the time. How's the progress?
It's going good. Doctors said 6 weeks at first, and then about 2 days later it was 8 weeks. So hopefully they continue to do the opposite of that and start go the other way. But I've been going really well. I was on crutches, meant to be for 2 weeks with a moon boot, and then another 2 weeks of walking in a moon boot. But after a week, they got rid of the crutches and said it was healing nicely. And for me, the best thing was the break was in the middle of the metatarsal.
How did that happen, mate?
Honestly, I was just running. I was running down the court, and then out of nowhere, I felt this great snap. And as soon as I kept running, every time I took a step, I just felt it re-snap. And it wasn't not painful, I'm not going to lie. Played for about another 3 minutes and then realised, like, I cannot do a thing right now. This is just too much.
Yep.
Went off, and then by the time I got to the change rooms, I couldn't even walk. Couldn't put my foot on the ground, and I knew it was pretty serious by then.
Yeah, well, the good news is once you break it, even if you've played on a little bit longer like you did, you can't do any more damage to it. So that's the upside, because I know you would have tried to keep playing and done some more damage. Mate, the team's going pretty well, 3-2. I mean, we'd all like it to be 5-0, but the last 2 games have been really pleasing. As the captain, not being out there, what role have you filled in there? Yeah,
it's been different. Coming in as a captain and all pre-season, kind of leading by example on and off the court, and trying to mentor some of our younger guys who are first year and second year players. Especially in a new system with new players and, you know, different lights around you and different kind of interferences coming in and out every time. It's been tough. I love playing, and that's all I want to do. So for me, to watch from afar just kills me. I've got no nails left and no toenails either. I've somehow chewed them all off. But for me, I just want to be out there and try and talk to the guys as much as I can. Micromanage things where I can, and try and understand players better on and off the court, just to try and find ways to help them improve and get the best out of them when things are going well, and especially when things aren't going well.
Been an inspired choice of you as captain this year, mate, by Joey or whoever did the final selection, because your form personally has gone to a ridiculously good level, and your leadership has been fantastic as well. So you've obviously embraced that role. Yeah,
it's something I spend a lot of time on. We've got some really good sports psychs at the club in Ange and Dean, and also with Joey and KB, they kind of form a really good team around me. So I've been able to watch and listen and learn and read up on as much as I can in the last couple of years, especially with Joey. And you know, the way he plays, he lets you be you as a player. You don't have to worry about, oh, does he want me to do this game? He just wants you to be the best player you can be. And if you do that, and everyone does that, and then we can do maybe a little bit more, then we get extra out of everyone. But if we just do what we can every single game, the team he's put in place, we're going to be a tough force. So for me, it's been easy to transition into that leadership role because I have faith in myself because he's put it in me. So it's been a good circle of events.
Mate, Joey's style of game is high octane. I mean, the afterburners are on from the start to the finish, and trainings, I've been to a few, they're pretty much the same. Is it gruelling over the course of the season to try and survive that? Yeah,
it's pretty tough. For the newer guys, I think they're starting to find out that they have to use their vet card a little bit. Last year, Peach and Gibbo were the guys that kind of used that, and Shench the year before, but now we've got, you know, guys like Majuk and Drimmick who are taking a day off here and there to get themselves right, because, you know, we go out and demonstrate what we do for 40 minutes, and guys might play 25 minutes a game, but then we go and do that for 2.5 hours, 5 days a week. We still lift, we still do the shooting and everything else. So the toll does take itself on its body, and you know, for the newer guys who haven't had the 4 or 5 pre-seasons to get themselves right and mature, it's going to be tough. So we're playing full court pressure defense the entire 2.5 hours at training, and everyone's running into each other, and you know, it is tough. So sometimes it's nice to be on the sideline and just watching.
But it is spectacular to watch, though, for the fans to come into the arena. That style of game is great to watch. So obviously we want to win every game, but to have a couple of losses along the way, it's still a spectacular night or day of entertainment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Watching the last 2 games, I've had an absolute blast. I've had no voice bird in the game, and I'm sweating. You know, I feel like I do more running sitting down with my foot than I actually do in a game. It's crazy. If you come to a home game, you know, we've had 2 now, and they've both been sellouts.
Yeah.
It's been phenomenal. Like, the crowd's pumping. The crowd is just like they don't understand how good they are and how much they mean to us. So
Yeah.
as players, when we're tired and we can't breathe and we're looking up and we got 7,000-8,000 people just going nuts, it's pretty easy to get into a full court press and, you know, guard Cedric Jackson up the court and then trap
Yeah.
and jump and trap and jump. Then you get a steal like Sobes, pushes off more and dunks and hangs off the ring. That stuff's incredible. Like,
Yeah.
it's some NBA quality stuff we're doing out there. So it's really exciting times ahead.
Has the standard surprised the new boys into the system?
I think so, a little bit at first. Maybe so. We played some pretty easy warm-up games coming into the season. We played Shandong a couple of times, and you know, we thought it was going to be a bit more challenging. You know, they came out and were great for the first game, but after that, they kind of thought, all right, well, we're going to get our butts kicked. Like, we'll just put it in second gear now and stay in that. So it took a bit of adjusting for the guys, and there were certain guys in the team that were just kind of coasting through, and some would play hard this game, and we didn't need to play hard all the time. So trying to get us to play 100% for 40 minutes was going to be tough. And
did that affect round one?
I think it did a little bit, but the blitz was fantastic for us. We went in, lost to Cairns, who always are a great preseason team. Every single year they look like the best team in the world because their entire team have played in the Northern Leagues and run the same system, and they know all the wrinkles, they know all the defenses and calls and everything like that, and that's what Fernie does. So he gets his team ready early, and we were trying to get our little niche and our gel together so we can roll out into the season and think, this is who we are. And it took us a game, but we found it pretty quickly. And 3-2 is not too bad. We're above 500 at the moment. If we can stay above that and continue to get a few wins together, will be really nice.
I've got New Zealand coming up this weekend, mate. Obviously, you're out. Terence Ferguson's out for a week. Just a little jab. But mate, how do you think the boys will go over there?
Yeah, obviously New Zealand's tough. They're always tough away. Any team is this year. The league's gone and got some exceptional talent, and they're right up there again. So they're a well-coached team. Paulie's going to do a great job of getting them ready, and having two of our slashers out is going to be tough. It's going to put a lot of. We try and say if we lose a player, everyone has to lift 10%. You lose two players, you've got to lift 20%. So you need your players to be ready to go mentally and physically and doing everything they can. And if we go out there and play hard, we always have a chance. If we just execute defensively, we've got a really good chance. So we've done that the last couple of games. We've got a couple of wins together. So if we can continue to build on that, then we'll be in a fantastic position.
I mean, most coaches say when someone gets injured, someone else gets a chance, because that's a good line for coaches to say. Nelson Larkins, because we often talk about all the big name players, yourself, DJ, Terence Ferguson and Jerome. Nelson Larkins, he was with the team last year. He gets a chance to go to New Zealand. Tell the viewers a little bit about Nelson.
Yeah, well, we've got two players going away. Actually, we've got Sam Johns and Nelson Larkin. So Nelson went away to the Blitz with us. Obviously, being a Queensland boy, it was really good for him to go home and see his family as well, spend some time there, and then come and work out and play with us. Didn't see a whole bunch of court time, unfortunately, but you get to see how it works. You get to see how it operates and how the machine kind of ticks around. And when you see what your leaders are doing, what your big name players are doing, and how players carry themselves and what works and what doesn't, you get to learn and mature even more as a player coming in. So for Nelson, it's a great opportunity to go away. And for Sammy, it's a great job too, because he's in that position where we're going to need a 3-4, 2-3 position. He can hold his own against anyone. He does it every day at practice. He guards Jerome, probably sometimes the best out of everyone. He guards DJ down on the block because he's got the shortest legs in the world, so his centre of gravity is about 3 inches off the ground. You just can't move him. He's a strong, solid, all-round player. I think both players are going to get some burn this weekend, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they go. All
right, we need to go to a break. Get onto the TV set, watch the Adelaide 36ers. Now, are you going to watch the game somewhere, mate? Sometimes you're down at the Arca Bar.
Yeah, down at the Arca Bar Saturday. We'll go down there with some of the guys from the Sixers. I think Tyson's my chauffeur this weekend, so young Hoffman's going to be driving me around with my foot. But looking forward to going down the Arca Bar. If any fans come along, come down, say good day, and watch the game with us.
All right, get down to the Arca Bar Hotel. Time for us to go to a break. Stay with us. Still plenty to come.